BMW has reworked their big flagship, the 750. Let's take a run in the long wheelbase version and let the tech just wash over us. The navigation system and everything else is controlled by the new iDrive, which we still are getting on our knees and kissing the earth for, because it's so much more logical, so much more human-friendly than that load of crap that they had for years, the original iDrive. You got a nice, logical, stacked menu. Imagine that, kind of like other electronics products in the world. Here's the nav screen. That's a 3D view right there. You've also got the more traditional straight up or direction of travel north view. All of this, by the way, is handled by this controller right here, the new iDrive Center, which is more than just a jog, click, and push knob. You've got lots of dedicated buttons, which BMW didn't do much of before. And that nav, as I mentioned, is standard on this car. At a car this level, you expect it would be, as is live traffic, which is not tied to having to have satellite radio. We have the premium sound system here. Everything just gets better. 600 watts, 9 channels of amplification, 16 speakers, 2 subwoofers still, which brings me to our other option, which is the new rear seat entertainment system on the 7. We have that here. Dual 8-inch displays on the backs of the seats, not the headrest, but actually on the back right there, really done factory style. A couple of interesting options, and small ones at that. Something called smartphone integration will do a more elaborate job of connecting your smartphone cradle-based here in the center console, or go for the iPhone cradle for a paltry like $175. You'll end up with a place you can actually dock your iPhone. It'll get you charging and streaming music off your iPhones. Also note in the console here, this is our iPod adapter because it's USB and aux jack combined. That's how BMW does it. But notice this, that's not the USB drive you use to transfer music from your USB thumb drive into the 12 gig hard drive. That is inexplicably located way the hell over there where you can't possibly get to it without booking a flight. Oh, by the way, this iDrive control center, and I believe these buttons all along here, we have what's called the ceramic controls package. Yeah, I laughed too. Apparently those are ceramic finish buttons. Really? Right by that is your all-electronic shifter. You're not moving any greasy linkages when you pull this thing around. Reverse, neutral, drive are all in a line. And when you come over here on the left side, you've got your shiftable gate, your manual/sport mode, where you can go forward for a downshift, back for an upshift. Here's a crowd pleaser, the little half moon over the road. Hit that, and it turns the screen into a night vision camera with infrared. Now this car's got a camera package that I think is the only one of its kind in the industry. The camera package includes your usual backup camera like you see here. Then you've got this one up here. The real crowd pleaser for the camera package is the front cameras. Up in the very front end of the fender/bumper where they meet at the corner, you've got side-firing cameras. We haven't seen anything like this since a Rolls-Royce we drove a couple years ago. Our car also has the a la carte head-up display, which is one of the brightest in the business, I think. And you'll get things like navigation instructions, your speed, vehicle status messages can show up there as well. Now up here in the engine bay, we're reminded that BMW's model names used to tell you what the displacement of the car was, but not anymore. This 750 does not have a 5-liter. It's got a 4-liter, because a couple years ago, BMW announced as part of their efficiency vision, they're not going to make bigger and bigger engines to get more power. They're going to use technology to wring more out of smaller displacements. So here's a 4-liter V8, but with twin turbos to get bigger displacement power out of a smaller breather. 400 horsepower, 450 foot-pounds of torque, nice numbers. 1422 are your EPA estimates, and that also avoids a gas guzzler tax, all the while moving this big boy from 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds and just a little bit more. Pretty good. On the road, I smell a rat, somewhere between the turbos and the tranny. Initial tip in to the throttle is rewarded with a vague sort of hang on, I need to get back in gear again feeling. Not nice. You just can't get any super sharp, real edgy go the minute you dip into the gas. There's always some thinking and hesitation. Beyond that, the BMW feeling is there, making this car feel a lot smaller than it is, certainly in turning and cornering dynamics. And to be sure, once the power does spool up, it comes on like mad. Yeah, that's a twin-turbo V8 for you. Our car is a stretch, as I mentioned, and the extra legroom in cars of this class is truly transformative. And I must say, BMW did a really good job of hiding the extra 6 inches or so from the outside. You really don't notice it in the lines, but you do notice it in the back seat. A 750 Li starts at 85 grand with nav, iDrive, hard drive audio system, and 4-zone climate control, but then start piling it on. Head-up display, 1300. Adaptive cruise control, 2400. Rear seat entertainment, 2200. And night vision, 2600. The ceramic finish on the console trim is a snake oilish 650. Add 2000 for premium sound with iPod and USB. 750 more for cameras, the one in the back and the two in the front. Not a cheap date done up CNET style, but if you go that way, it's one of the most tech luscious cars on the road today.